Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlakim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Bolchem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlakim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Sareit, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Nila Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Nila Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Sarei, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlakim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Seichem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlakim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Sarei, Malachei
Shalom Aleichem, Shabbat Shalom everyone. So glad to see you. Welcome to those of you who are here in the Forgotten Chapel. Welcome to those of you who are joining us on our live stream. And I look around, see many Touro and extended family members, and also people who are visiting and maybe here for the first time or the first time in a long time. So a special welcome to you as well. We're going to begin our service this evening with some special words of greeting from our president, Kevin Wilkins, and then we'll continue with our prayers.
Thank you, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom, y'all.
Shabbat Shalom.
And happy Mardi Gras. Here we are. Tonight's announcements are all about gratitude. So for gratitude for the Shabbat pulpit flowers in memory of Mordecai Cranen by Tamara Cranen and Rosalind Hinton. With gratitude for the Shabbat live stream in memory of Marlis Wicker Perlis by Cheryl Katz, in memory of Diane Bennett Hammer, MD, by Robert Hammer. With gratitude for the Shabbat dinner in memory of Diane Bennett Hammer, MD, by David Hammer and Geraldine Wheeler. Shabbat Shalom. I'll see you outside.
Shabbat Shalom.
It is a joy to invite forward for the kindling of our Shabbat lights as we take in what is happening around us, this feeling of anticipation that obviously Mardi Gras brings this moment, these few moments before parade. We also experience them every single Friday night, just at this moment before we kindle our Shabbat lights and turn what is a regular Friday afternoon, full of whatever Friday afternoon is full of, into this beautiful time of elevation and rest and togetherness. So to bring that about, the sanctity of this moment, it's a delight to invite forward dear friends, extended Touro family members, and incredibly gifted leaders in our movement, Rabbis Lydia and Dan Medwin. You all would come forward, please, and welcome. Welcome home to Touro.
Yeah. לנו במצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us.
As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
Amen. We rise, page 5, for Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho ve'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh bereshit ki hu yom techilah lamikra'ei kodesh zecher litziat Mitzrayim ki banu v'charta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava uvratzon inchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Amen.
Thank you all. Yeah, you're good to go. Thank you. You may be seated. It is, it's such a joy, it's such a privilege to be able to hold space for everything that is taking place here all around us. We joke about it, but we do feel incredibly blessed to be the synagogue on the route and to be able to gather together the way that we do year after year, parade after parade, and in the midst of what is a wonderful party, to build so much community because of the beautiful unstructured time that we have together each and every year. It's just not to be underestimated, the impact that it has on this community, and that we can host so many wonderful visitors and friends and extended family members, and remind each other of what can be so beautiful and special about life, about community. And there are in our sanctuary tonight, in our chapel tonight, there are those who are here fully in sync with what's going on outside, and there are those who've recently lost loved ones or who are dealing with very difficult circumstances, ill, caring for dear friends and family. And that's why this time together is also so special, because we acknowledge that in some ways we're in sync, some ways it's quite dissonant, and there is room for all of it. So welcome, no matter which door or window you are coming in from, whatever it is you need to seek in this time together. Hope you do find it. We'll continue with our singing that brings us out of a state of focus on what goes on in our minds into our bodies, into our hearts and souls. That's what singing and music does. So we're on pages 12 and following for Kabbalat Shabbat. So take a few deep breaths and let's enter Shabbat together.
Lekuneranena, 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 Ladonai. Lekuneranena, 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 Ladonai. Naria, naria, letzor yishleinu nikat mapana b'toda. Naria, naria, letzor yishleinu b'zmirot naria lo. Lekuneranena, 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 Ladonai. Shavua. Or Zarua, Lat Sadik, O Yisrael Simcha. Or Zarua, Lat Sadik, O Yisrael Simcha. Or Zarua, Lat Sadik, O Yisrael Simcha. O Yisrael Simcha. Or Zarua, Lat Sadik, O Yisrael Simcha. O Yisrael Simcha. Or Zarua, Lat Sadik, O Yisrael Simcha. Or Zarua, Lat Sadik, O Yisrael Simcha. Bottom of page 17, Romanu. Romanu, Adonai Eloheinu, v'yishtachavu, ve'hakosho. Romanu, Adonai Eloheinu, v'yishtachavu, ve'hakosho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, Romanu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, Romanu. Romanu, Adonai Eloheinu, v'yishtachavu, ve'hakosho. Romanu, Adonai Eloheinu, v'yishtachavu, ve'hakosho. On page 20 for Lecha Dodi, welcoming in the spirit of Shabbat and the image of a bride and the image of a queen, verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. Lecha lecha Dodi, Ligrat ligrat Kala, Pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha Dodi, Ligrat ligrat Kala, Pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zakor v'dibor echad, Ishmianu el hameyukad, Adonai echad u'shmo echad. L'shem tiferet v'liti la 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 lecha Dodi, Ligrat ligrat Kala, Pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha Dodi, Ligrat ligrat Kala, Pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Ligrat Shabbat lechu v'necha, Ki mekor haberacha, Merosh mikedem nesucha. So ma'aseh v'machshavat ki la 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 lecha Dodi, Ligrat ligrat Kala, Pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha Dodi, Ligrat ligrat Kala, Pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Itoreri, itoreri, Ki morech kumiori, Ori ori shidaberi. Kevod Adonai Elayit, Ligla la 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 lecha lecha Dodi, Ligrat ligrat Kala, Pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha Dodi, Ligrat ligrat Kala, Pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela.
Verse 9.
Boi v'shalom ateret bahala, Gam besimcha utzola, Toch emunei am segula.
Boichala, boichala, lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat gala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat gala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela, la 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 lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat gala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat gala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela.
You can be seated. Unless you happen to be with us tonight here and have not quite gotten to the age of B'nai Mitzvah, so if you're not quite 12 or 13, we have all these Hershey Kisses and we need to give them to somebody, so we would like to invite you all up for a Shabbat blessing and then a treat. I knew that would get you. Come on up. And if you're not sure if we mean you, we mean you. Anybody who's not 12 or 13 yet is welcome to come on up. Even if it's your first time, even if somebody's holding you, even if you want to bring a big person, you're welcome to come on up or find us after the service. Like I said, we have a lot of Hershey Kisses. So come on up for your Shabbat blessing before we all go outside and get to celebrate our pants off or on. Come on up. Come on, everyone. Grab a seat wherever you'd like, okay?
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha Ken yehi ratzon Yaher Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka Ken yehi ratzon Yisa Adonai panav elecha Ve'yatzem lecha shalom Ken yehi ratzon
So quiet in here. So we'll continue on page 28 with Baruch Hu, our call to prayer. If you're able, please rise. On page 30, 6 lines up from the bottom of the Hebrew, we give thanks for moments of transition whether it's actually the darkness and the light swapping place like they do each day, or little moments in our lives that feel like we've gone from bits of darkness to bits of light and hopefully back again. We give thanks to God for all of those moments. 6 lines up in the Hebrew on page 30.
Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uven laila. Adonai tzvot shemo, El chai v'kayam. Tamid yimloch aleinu, le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, Amari v'Ravim.
On page 32, we give thanks to God for the gift, the ever-living, ever-giving gift of Torah, for the people we encounter, for the personalities we see that we want to be like or not, for the ways we gather as a community in prayer, and then we gather together in celebration. All of that contained in our sacred Torah. We give thanks on page 32.
Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Page 34 and 35.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Vaed.
You can be seated. Page 36.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu ha'devarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha Vishinantam levanecha, v'dibarta b'ham, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, uvlechtecha v'derech, uv'shokpecha uv'kumecha, uv'kshartam le'ot ayadecha, v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha, uchtavtam amuzuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem lelohim Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem emet.
Continue on page 40 with Micha Mocha.
Tehilo Dosefele Malchutecha Uvanecha Bokei Hayam Lifnei Moshe uMiriam Ze'elianu ve'amru Ze'elianu ve'amru Adonai Adonai et Yaakov, ugalo miyad chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Ga Yisrael.
Those of us that hallow Shabbat will delight in its goodness. Page 44 at the bottom of the page for our blessing, Yismechu.
Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomerei, 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomerei, 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Mekadeshei, Mekadeshei Shvi Shabbat, Kulam Yesbehu, Ve'yitangu mituvach Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomerei, 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomerei, 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Uvashvihi ratzita bo v'kidashto Shabbat. Emdat yamim, oto karata Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomerei, 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomerei, 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Zecher l'maseh, l'maseh bereshit Shabbat. Zecher l'maseh, l'maseh bereshit Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomerei, 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomerei, 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat.
Each word of one's prayers should be like a rose that is picked from a bush. One gathers rows upon rows until a bouquet is formed, and then can be offered to God as a beautiful blessing. The Tefillah section of our service, the Amidah, begins on page 46. If you're able, we invite you to please rise.
Sifatai tiftach ufi agit tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chastei Avot V'imahot, Umevi Gula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach Umagen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Mashifat Ruach Umorhit HaGashem, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofech Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bagevurot, Humido melech, melech meimid umechaye, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'neheman ata lechayot hakol. Baruch ata Adonai, mechaye hakol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yalalucha selah. Baruch ata Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
You can be seated. Take a few moments now for our own tefillat halev, the prayers of our own hearts. Whether you choose to use the words of the book through page 62 or to simply close your eyes and allow your thoughts and prayers to go where they are. Take a few moments now. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen. And on page 253, even in the midst of all the joy in this room and outside of this room, we still take a moment to think of those in our lives, in our community, in the world who we may not have ever met, to think about those who are in need of healing prayers, those who are in some form of incompleteness. And we offer them the blessing, Mishaberach, Avotenu v'imotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah, hu yavarech et hacholim. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and Sarah and Rebekah and Rachel and Leah, bless and heal all those who are ill. And if you are thinking of anyone, you're invited now, if you wish, to whisper any names. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and of spirit. And to that, let us all say, Amen.
As Rabbi Silverman just said, even in the midst of all of this, we still have people in our lives who are in need of healing. And I know we all know that we bring every experience with us, every feeling, wherever we go at every moment. And we always try to acknowledge that when we're together on a regular Shabbat, on a non-Mardi Gras Shabbat, that we have coexistent in this chapel the blessing of a new baby and the saying of a name for Shiva. We have Misha Berach at the same time as we're blessing a wedding couple. And it's just, I think, worth it on this wonderful, beautiful, festive night of abundant color and music and sound and just people and the fullness of human expression, to name that and unpack it just a little bit. How does this work, that we come to this moment, this kind of a moment, sometimes with heavy hearts? And how do we engage? How is it okay even to engage in this kind of jubilance? And it's complicated, and it's especially complicated if we don't know the way that Judaism looks at joy itself. So I'll begin by sharing just a teaching from Reb Nachman of Bratslav that perhaps you're familiar with, but to be thinking about all the different places, it's a little story, a little vignette, but to imagine ourselves in this moment. Where are we in this room he's describing? He says, sometimes a group of people are happily dancing together, and they take a hold of someone who is standing miserable or depressed on the outside, and they pull him into the dance circle despite himself, forcing him to rejoice with them. Similarly, when a person is happy, His pain and sadness may move to the sidelines, but a higher level is to pursue the sadness itself and to pull it into the dance circle. Rabbi Alan Liu teaches that joy in Judaism is a deep release of the soul, and it includes pain, it includes sadness, it includes death, that there is delight that is perhaps momentary, there is pleasure, but joy is all-inclusive, it's all-encompassing. It's the moments when we realize the incredible fullness of our lives and the blessing that it is to be taking the next breath that we get to take. That feeling is big. It's so much bigger than any one moment. And so we perhaps learn from this teaching, this midrash, that yes, sometimes we can feel free, we are happily dancing, and it's not complicated. Sometimes there is pain in someone who's near us, and sometimes we may be moved to cheer that person up, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's not always possible. Sometimes we have to dance with that sadness. Sometimes that sadness has to join the circle, and we have to be comfortable, accepting of the fact that we dance with broken hearts. We yell for throws tonight while acknowledging the incredible pain that there is in the world, out there and also in here. And I know, as we all know, there are a lot of broken hearts in this room tonight. There are a lot of broken hearts out there tonight. And to try to integrate as human beings the permission that we can give to enjoy the moment. There is value in Judaism, in pleasure, in delight, and also the permission we can give to feel that joy, which includes the hardest moments that we may be grappling with. Rabbi Jonathan Sachs offers another layer of understanding. Joy, he says, is not merely the absence of sorrow, but the presence of a deeper connection that transcends our immediate circumstances. So again, we have this offering that joining a moment of dancing doesn't mean that we let go of the concerns we have. It doesn't mean that we make ourselves magically whole. There is a relationship that I'm very grateful to Cantor Margolius and our team for having sussed out the relationship temporally between Mardi Gras and Easter and Purim and Passover. These are lunar holidays. So they're actually, you can ask him, you can see our chart where we learned how many days, obviously Purim and Passover are always a month apart on the Hebrew calendar because we're a lunar calendar. But they're also land in certain close proximity to Mardi Gras and to Easter. And in many ways, I think when we think about what's going on out here, we can apply the lens of Purim to it. It's not celebrating the same thing in any way, but the idea that we take a time out of time where no matter what we're feeling, we turn the world on its head just for a moment. And instead of sitting only in one feeling, we sit in many. And so as long as it is that stepping outside of time and the world turning upside down, the Jewish tradition actually affirms it, especially when we are going to get back to such serious work when it's over. That feeding this essential human need of delight and of pleasure, and also tapping in even for a few moments to joy, that is expanding actually our capacity for awe, our capacity for empathy, and our energy to do the very difficult things that await us on the other side of this upside down day. So as we leave this space in just a moment, we're going to move from this moment into our concluding prayers and our Kaddish, to be considering where in the circle that Nachman of Bratslav describes are you. Wherever we are is okay. Wherever you are is acceptable. And that we as a community can hold space for sadness in the midst of happiness. We can hold space for brokenheartedness in the midst of delight. And we certainly can always hold space for and pursue joy together. So let's move toward doing that and feeling empowered that this celebration is going to be a part of our story as we turn back to the challenges that lay before us. I'd like to invite us to turn to page 200 and should we go or no? Turn to page 282, please, and rise for Aleinu, and then we'll remain standing for Mourner's Kaddish.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עצרנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Actually, you may be seated for just a moment as we turn our thoughts to those whom we've loved and lost and dedicate this final moment of our service to memory. It's our custom to invite those who are remembering loved ones to rise in their honor, and you're welcome to remain standing until the congregation joins you. And to feel, especially if tonight is a night of mourning for you, a night of yahrzeit for you, to know that in this space, in this community, there is room for that. And we are here spreading love all around you as you go through this difficult time. We send our love and support to the family of Marion Weiss, who will be laid to rest after Shabbat. For Shloshim, we are in a period of Shloshim for the following loved ones who died within the last 30 days: Harvest Joseph Weekly, Yolande Margolin, Ruth Hamburger Frankel, and Barbara Joy Callie Strobach. For yahrzeit on this Shabbat, we recall Julia Bear Bartlett, William B. Bear, Rabbi Leo A. Bergman, and past rabbi of Touro Synagogue, Alma Lemmel Block, Charles Block, Milton E. Burglass, Rabbi Micah Ellenson, Louis Kaufman Good Jr., Diane Bennett Hammer, MD, Samson L. Hiller, Simon Isaacs, Dr. Erwin Isaacson, Harry S. Kaufman Jr., Lazarus Coleman, Herman Wolf Krasny, Mordecai Cranen, Milena Block Levy, Oscar Z. Levy Jr., Pauline Mayer Levy, Samuel Levy, Selma Ruth Levy, Elizabeth Lomar, Leo Miller Sr., James Morden, Bertha David Oakes, Irma Goldstein Phillips, Dr. Isidore J. Rosen, Dorothy Burke Roth, Leonard Rothstein, Lillian Schulman Rabinowitz, Harry Shushan, Esther Singer, Regina Kat Spitzer, Judith Stewart, Ruth Rebecca Stroik, PhD, Lionel Weil, Frida Young, Ruth Helen Young, Gertrude Appleton Zarowitz. To those names we add for all those we name aloud, for those we hold in our hearts each and every time we say Kaddish, and for those for whom there is no one left to say Kaddish. Page 294, as a community, we rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divra hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon, uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agalau v'zman kari v'imru amen. Rabbah mevarach le'olam lamei amaya, yitbarach shabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yit hajar v'yit aleh v'yit halal shemed kudusha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shalom rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, to all the world. May God comfort all those who are bereaved. We say together, amen.
As our service comes to a close and we transition back outside and meet the joy that surrounds us outside, there's so many different vessels of joy that we have this season, and for some, there's no vessel more full than a shoe. For others, it's a coconut, but I will tell you as your cantor, for me, it is a spreadsheet, and I will be happy to share with you the calendar relationships between these holidays. Just send me an email and I'll share the spreadsheet with you.
It's an amazing spreadsheet. It's an amazing spreadsheet.
On page 350, we'll close our service with Hava Nagila. Hava Nagila, Hava Nagila, Hava Nagila v'nismata. Hava Nagila, Hava Nagila, Hava Nagila v'nismata. Hava neranina, Hava neranina, Hava neranina v'nismata. Hava neranina, Hava neranina, Hava neranina v'nismata. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.